How long can she take this smoke break before they start to dock her pay? Before God starts to dock her days? One cigarette takes 7 minutes off your student loans, that they say. A shift like this is better off wasted anyway. Wow, so that's a fragment of the opening poem from this piece from a colleague, close associate, esteemed poetess of Houston, Amanda Ortiz. She's like printing out a bunch of papers. I'm like, what you got there? And she says, oh, it's my chapbook. I was like, can I buy it? She's like, yeah. And she stapled it right there at her office where she works when I saw her. So yeah, I found this collection to be so sonically pleasing, intellectually stimulating, and visually stunning. Docker Pay, Docker Days, That They Say. That's just in the opening piece. But a lot of these poems center on work and identity as part of work, and also filial relations, I guess parental relations, because a lot of this poem is looking up at the parents more than looking down, but just an interesting piece, a purgatory of sorts. But anyway, that's gotta be the first update. Is I read a bunch of really awesome poems before my class today from Amanda Ortiz. Check her out. She's a Houston star, for sure. Moving on to the second update. I had a fellow colleague shadow my class today. He's in his first year in the doctorate program, and part of the curriculum is to shadow one of the other TAs. I think he had fun. He was smiling the whole time, gave me a couple of fist bumps throughout the class, and at the very end, he shook my hand and told me that my class was like a Las Vegas show. I suppose because I'm always asking my students to get up and sit down and pass papers around. Today, we were learning the body parts in Spanish, and all the students wrote a body part on a piece of paper, and then they had to build a human on the floor. And in the first round, 4 of them wrote el corazón for the heart. And so I said, perfect. I knew you were going to do this. So I put 4 hearts on the floor, and then I split the students into 4 groups, and they each had to complete their own little human. So we had a bunch of little figurines on the ground, not figurines, 2-dimensional body part things. Anatomy on the floor. So that was that, and it was a lot of fun. So yeah, it was like a Las Vegas, I don't know, cabaret, I suppose. It was a very nice detail. And speaking of poetic flair, speaking of cabaret shows, speaking of education and perpetuating the arts and the next generation, I have an interview with, now I regret saying cabaret because it's not cabaret, but I have an interview with an elementary school. This is a place that I used to work at as the dry term is a contractor, but I essentially worked for a nonprofit that places writers, professional writers, in classrooms. And I had the good fortune of working at this particular elementary school as a writer, and I would teach 4 classes once a week. So much fun. And I don't know, I built a good rapport with the teachers whose classrooms I shared, and with the administration. Well, that principal was at the career fair I mentioned a few vlogs ago. We shook hands, chatted, bada bing, bada boom, and today I got a call from his secretary for an interview. So, finally, the search isn't done, but the first fruits of my effort are coming to bear. So, huge relief. You can tell I'm getting excited because I'm losing my breath. But, oh man, if I could just land a real adult job, this family will be saved. So yeah, to end on a gift, I will read your poem on video for your pleasure. And if you want, I'll do a much more rehearsed recitation than that previous one from my buddy and colleague Amanda. But yeah, that's my gift. Send me an email, shoot me a message, whatever. Put the name of this vlog or the number of the vlog and say, hey, you promised the first viewer a recitation. I will concede. I will read your poem. I know, it's so awesome how I do it, right? Anyway, thanks for watching, staying up to date, and see you tomorrow. Peace.